In this module, we will explore personality disorders, developmental disorders, and cognitive disorders. I'm sure that you know the term personality, but your understanding of it probably is in the everyday sense of the word, rather than a technical definition. If we like someone, we might say, he has a nice personality, but that really doesn't tell us much about the person. When psychologists talk about personality, we have something more specific in mind. One common definition of personality is characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that determine an individual's adjustment to the environment. Let's take that apart. Characteristic patterns means that these are typical for the person. If Mary is usually an upbeat, happy person, but she comes into work one day looking sad and upset, you'd think, hey, what's wrong with Mary today? If, on the other hand, Mary is typically sad and unhappy, you wouldn't have noticed anything usual about her that day. The next phrase is thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Well, that pretty much covers the gamut of human experience. So in this sense, our definition of personality is all-inclusive. So you're probably thinking, okay, no big deal. But if you're wondering how this relates to personality disorders, we have to look at the last part of the definition. You see, it's our personality that determines in large measure how well we get along in the world. You might remember from an earlier video that I mentioned that Freud said that the two most important things about being human are the ability to love and to work. We say that someone who can do these things is a well-adjusted person. Basically, it's their personality that allows them to adjust well to the demands of their environment. On the other hand, someone who has great difficulty dealing with the demands of living may have a personality disorder. We'll examine a number of different personality disorders in this module. In the second half of this module, we'll turn to two rather different groups of disorders, developmental and cognitive disorders. Specifically, we'll look at autism spectrum disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which are usually first diagnosed in childhood, and then Alzheimer's disease, which occurs much later in life. As you'll see, an important and controversial change was made in the diagnostic criteria for autism spectrum. Alzheimer's disease is a condition that has received much attention over the years, and it's likely that you've already heard a lot about it. Although the name of the category has been changed to neurocognitive disorders, and a number of new diagnoses have been added to the category, the diagnostic criteria for Alzheimer's remain the same. The primary area of discussion here concerns just how much forgetting is normal as people age, and when does it rise to the level of impairment in cognitive functioning.